Stop. Don't move to Austin, Texas. Today we're going to talk about 5 reasons why you might not want to move to Austin or even Texas in general. My name is Jeff Miller. I'm a residential real estate specialist here in the greater Austin area. I also have this YouTube channel called Exploring Life and Living in Austin, Texas and Beyond. So today I thought we might go through 5 reasons why you might not want to move to Austin or even Texas in general for that matter. Let's go ahead and get started. So the number one reason you might not want to move to Austin or even Texas for that matter is the weather. In particular, the heat. Yes, it gets hot here in Austin and it gets hot in Texas. That old saying, if you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen. Well, you might want to change that to, if you don't like the heat, don't move to Austin. Average temperature in the summer easily gets into the hundreds. Here we are, the 1st of August, first part of August. We've already had almost 60 days where it's been over 100 degrees. So, can't stand the heat, you might not want to come to Austin. On the flip side of that though, and one of the reasons that we came here is because the weather is amazing. It's easy to see 60, 65, 70 degree temperatures in the winter. So it's a very mild climate. Yes, you put up with the heat in the summer for a little bit, but year round overall, it's a very pleasant climate to live in. So number 2 reason you might not want to move to Austin, Texas is traffic. Austin, Texas has traffic and it has bad drivers. Not a joke. Probably more red light runners in Austin, Texas than there are in any city in the entire country. Yes, we have traffic. Now, that depends on where you're coming from, right? So if you're coming from another major metro like Seattle or San Francisco or New York or Los Angeles, you might come here and think we have no traffic. If you're coming from some small town in Kansas or Pennsylvania or somewhere like that, you might think our traffic is unbearable. So just know when you come here, the traffic can be an issue. Not all day, but it can be an issue. And depending on where you live and where you work, it can definitely have a factor. Number 3 on our list, property taxes. Property taxes in Austin, Texas are amongst the highest in the country. So if you come from a place where you're not used to high property taxes, it can be shocking when you come here for what you'll pay for property taxes, sometimes as much as 3%. Now, that being said, property taxes are used here for a lot of great things, from helping schools, general improvement in the area. So they do actually use the money, but it is something you have to account for if you're moving here to Austin, Texas. You know what I would love is if you would comment down below. If you do live in Austin or somewhere in Texas, and you're not from here originally, I would love to know what brought you here and what you all think of it now. And if you're considering moving here, what is it that's making you want to move here? Do me a favor, just real quick comment down below. I would love that. Awesome. Number 4 on that list is patriotism. If that's not really your thing, you might not want to move to Austin or Texas for that matter. In general, Texans love their country and they love their state and they love them almost equally. You'll see more Texas flags and United States flags in the state of Texas than you'll see almost anywhere in this entire country. Now, of course, on the flip side of that, which is part of what drew my wife and I and our family here, is there's this incredible sense of community and togetherness, and you feel that when you live in Texas. So if you want that, Texas is a great place for that. And finally, number 5 on the list, if you are not looking for a place where the economy is booming and the future is bright, then you might not want to come to Austin, Texas. And I mean that sincerely, like literally, businesses are moving here. So many people are moving here. This place is growing exponentially. And that's not going to be attractive to every person who thinks about moving here. So think about that before you come here. If you are looking for great business opportunity, and if you're looking for a place where the economy is really thriving, then yes, Austin, Texas, the greater Austin area is definitely a place you want to go. But if that's something you want to avoid, then just know that about this area. This area is booming, and it's going to be booming for years, possibly decades to come. So as a quick recap, the top 5 reasons on my list of why you might not want to move to Austin or Texas in general. Number 1, the heat/weather. Yes, it gets hot in the summer. Number 2, the traffic in Austin. Number 3, property taxes. Number 4, patriotism. And number 5, economy. Those are the top 5 reasons you want to consider whether you will or will not move to Austin or even Texas in general.
If I can answer any questions for you about any of those or have any comments, please feel free to comment down below. You all have a great week.